Welcome to all Mid-American gardeners. Thank you so much for joining us. I want us to take a moment and just savor how beautiful this growing season has been.
Yes, it has been.
It is.
Okay, time's up, but still, it has been a really beautiful growing season, and we're optimistic folks anyway, but it really has been great. So we hope to get some great calls from you, but if you're having a few difficulties, we'd like to hear from you as well. Hi, I'm Diane Nolan, and I teach horticulture at the University of Illinois, so I'll take cut flower questions, maybe landscaping with perennials, things like that. But there are three really talented folks here with me, so let's find out who they are, and then they're going to answer an email or show and tell as we go through the line. Randy Thornton, I would like to start with you first, please.
I am associated with the Vermilion County, Illinois Master Gardeners.
Well, you just can cover
Yeah.
every. He's trying to say what he's going to cover.
landscaping, perennials, lawn care, that kind of thing. So
He can do it all.
now, do we want to go?
Yes,
here?
go right on ahead.
Alrighty. This is we're not always big on the plant stuff necessarily. This is a little door knocker that I found in a junk shop down in Arkansas, and it's a trowel. So I thought that was kind of something a little bit cool. So.
And
brought
I
it
think
in.
you could tell a gardener lived there if you
Yep.
if you had a trowel door
I would
knocker.
think so.
I'd like to have one of those.
I do have one.
Oh,
It's a little more rustic looking, given to me by my mother-in-law. Thank
Oh,
you.
I'm jealous.
I had never seen another one. So,
It's a little different than that, but
Yeah.
it's very much in that style.
well, this one didn't look like this when I got it. So,
Yeah,
Nice
I can
job.
tell it's a good paint job.
Yeah.
So thank you. I just think it's fun. Gardeners are gardeners across
Yep.
the board. So thank you so much for that. And now we're going to go next to Marianne Metz.
Good evening. I am a horticulturalist and landscape designer, and I love perennials, know kind of a little bit about perennials, and landscape design. I love tree peonies. Well, it just goes on and on and on. So there's a lot of things I love, and I can answer questions about a fair number of things. My show and tell this evening is unfortunately about problems that we have in the summertime in the garden, but they're not life-threatening problems. But this is a peony leaf with powdery mildew. This is becoming quite common in the community, and it's not life-threatening, but it is kind of a not attractive unless the entire plant turns white, which can be attractive, but it's still a problem. It can be treated with a fungicide to stop the growth of the fungus, but most importantly, good sanitation in the garden is one of the most critical things that you can do to control this problem, and good air circulation. Those two things are just really critical. So when you're cleaning up in the fall, it's really good to get any of the debris out off of the ground, and in the spring maybe use a fungicide to protect the plant from any further infection. And another real common thing that happens in the summertime around here, we've had such a beautiful spring, though it's hard to say that this is a real big problem, because it probably isn't. But if you have hosta, which is a shade plant growing in a little bit too much sun, you'll get burning along the edges. But we've had so much moisture that can sometimes take care of the problem. If you have heavier mulch around the plant, that can sometimes alleviate this. But I had neither one of those things, so I'm losing a tree, and the hosta is getting a little bit too much sun. And especially this with the white edges. But you can see this is just sunburn scorch. But when you have tissue damage like this from a sunburn, it's a good place for pathogens to enter the leaf. So I try to use a fungicide if I get a big problem of this kind of thing. But it is also not life-threatening. But getting it into shade is going to be my major issue this next year. So
Well, even in the best of years, you're going to have something.
that's right.
So we cover the whole gamut. So
Yep.
thank you for that. And now, David Robson, next to me.
Thanks, Diane. My name is David Robson. I also am a co-worker with Diane in the teaching horticulture, but really pesticide safety. So my area of expertise is, there's turf grass, vegetables, fruits, and, pesticides as well. I brought peaches today, and everybody knows in here that they do smell good even though they're not fully ripe yet. What I wanted to talk about were a couple things with the peaches. Number one, the peach crop isn't as great this year just due to the fact that we had a really cold winter. Now, it killed some of the flower buds, but it also killed some of the trees by the cold penetrating that bark, killing the cambium, and the trees ended up dying. If the trees didn't, the flower buds were killed, but knocking on wood, that may mean that we have a better crop next year because the plants have put all of their energy into new growth, which means that the trees are going to be larger. We're going to get probably, hopefully, more peaches, but it's going to be dependent on the winter. The other thing about peaches is that most of the time they are sold by a volume, like a bushel or a peck, but in reality, that's really more of a weight. A bushel of peaches should weigh 48 to 52 pounds. We say right around 50 pounds. And then a peck is really 1/4 of a bushel, 4 pecks in a bushel. A lot of times you'll find maybe a half a peck. Half a peck usually will probably have anywhere from maybe 10 to 15 peaches depending on the size. And it's usually about 2 to 3 peaches for a pound. So if you're doing canning, if you're cooking, if you're going to make upside down cakes, if you're going to make a lot of things that we were talking about earlier with the peaches, it helps to know how many peaches you do need, but realize that it's a weight issue more than it is the number of peaches or filling up a box.
And we were encouraging him to share, and he is.
And I said no. I'll be honest. I said no.
Actually work with these and has them all counted.
And they're not all ripe either.
That's true. Okay. Well, thank you for that, because people don't really realize it's weight versus amount. Okay. Well, let's go next to our very special Did You Know? Tulips were valuable then and also valuable for the landscape now. So
Absolutely.
But cheaper.
But cheaper, that's for sure. Well, let's go on to the phone lines, and we're going to start first with Susan on line 1. And Susan has a question about transplanting. Hi there.
Hi, Diane.
Yes,
I
what's
have
your
a question about transplanting phlox
okay?
and how. And then also on a butterfly bush, should we deadhead the blooms or leave them alone? And when should it be pruned?
Okay, so let's do transplanting phlox first.
Okay.
Do you want anyone wants to dig in? We probably all could. But who wants to go
Yeah.
first? Sorry.
Well, I mean, you probably kind of missed the spring window. I would say probably this fall would be a little better time to try to do that.
And she'll be able to remember the colors
Yeah,
closer
Yeah.
to now.
but I mean, phlox is not hard to do, that by any means. So
Okay, so you can do phlox coming up. And then your other question was about butterfly bush.
But deadheading
Deadheading and pruning.
Deadheading butterfly bushes is I think a personal thing, whether you appreciate the aesthetics of the dead flower or not. And some people do really like them, but deadheading is perfectly appropriate. Pruning, I think, pruning is better done in very early spring, when you know that what's alive and dead on a butterfly bush. So every year is going to be different, and you just need to wait until you see a little bit of swelling in the buds, and then cut off what's dead.
Now, I do deadhead often just because I get self-sowing on my
Right.
butterfly bushes, and some states have a lot of problem with it.
Yes, that's right.
That's the only reason I deadhead now, I want to avoid that. Okay, so thank you for those questions. These are ongoing things to be doing now, so don't wait to ask them. Well, we have a question about bagworms on line 3 with Pete. Hi there, Pete. What's your question?
What can I use to spray with my hand sprayer to kill the bagworms?
Well, there's not going to be much at this time of the year. We're at the middle to the end of the season. They are to the point where they're going to be pupating. The males will be coming out of the bags, flying around. The female never leaves the bag, so the male has to go and find her. That usually happens sometime the middle of August to the 1st of September. So again, we're getting to the point where they're going to stop feeding. If they're not feeding, that means any chemical that you apply is not really going to do anything because you're not going to be able to penetrate the bag that they've already created. About the only thing you can do is to start hand pulling them off. You can hope for another cold winter, which really cut down a lot of our bagworm population this year. But if you still have some, consider next year spraying right around Memorial Day. At the end of May really is a better time to start spraying. At that point, you can use any of the organic insecticides like Dipel, Thericide, the bacilluses, the bacteria insecticides. They work the best against the caterpillars, but you need to catch them at that young stage because once they create their cocoon or their home out of all of those needles, it's almost next to impossible to get any pesticide to penetrate that.
Yeah.
The only thing I would add is the hand picking, which people don't want to do, but it's very effective. Remove them. We have people hand pick
Oh.
them and put them at the base of the tree or the shrub.
Bucket
Guess
of-
what?
Bucket of
Exactly.
soapy water, and
Exactly.
while it sounds bad, they
Take
say
care
if
of
you,
'em.
if you put them in fire, they do pop.
I've seen people use a shop vac too to
To get 'em
pull
off
them
the-
off there.
Interesting.
That's pretty clever.
Yeah. But just don't leave them at the base of the tree.
No, for sure.
Definitely.
Actually, yeah.
Well, good. That was a good question. Now you know the timing for now and next year. Let's go to a vegetable garden question on line 2, and Larry has a question about potatoes. Hi, Larry.
Hi.
And what's your question?
It is, how do you go about preserving potatoes to keep them from sprouting over the winter?
Okay. Well, I'll start and you guys can chime in. Some potatoes are better storing potatoes than others. So you'll just want to see what kind you have. And then for me, it's mainly dark. Don't let the light come in, and a little cooler.
Definitely.
Dark and cool.
You don't want to get any green on them.
No green.
Yeah.
Okay.
And no moisture. I mean, if you can
Right.
lower humidity.
Because
is
basements are dark and cool, but can be moist.
right.
So you might put them higher up in your basement as long as there's no light. But there are some that store better, and I can't think of any right off the bat here. But whichever ones you have, just keep them cool, dark, and not overly humid.
Yep.
And not green. Okay, I think that's it. And some will still sprout. So if they're sprouting close to when you're planting next year, guess what?
You got seed
You've got
potatoes.
seed potatoes.
Seed potatoes. So it's not a terrible situation. Okay, well, thank you so much for your question. I'll be digging potatoes here soon and taking
Yay.
this advice. All right, well, we have another bagworm question, and this is line 4. So, Joe, we want to see what your question is about bagworms.
Okay, well, thanks for answering that first question. I've been using Telstar the last couple of years, and TAL Star. And my arborist at one time told me that it's best to spray twice, and I applied it about 4 weeks ago, and I was wondering if you had any recommendations for a second spraying if you've already done a first spraying about a month ago.
Next year, do the first spraying a little bit earlier than what you did this time. Again, Memorial Day is really the best time for the first spray in just all parts of the Midwest. It really tends to be maybe the more southern you might get, you might want to do it maybe right around Mother's Day. But Mother's Day to Memorial Day first spray. Again, I think this late, it's not going to hurt as long as we got cool temperatures, so you're not going to have a problem with the insecticide and the heat. I just think that you may actually be wasting your time and your energy and thus putting on an insecticide on a plant that's really not going to do it, where you're not going to get that much control this late in the season.
Do you ever recommend 2 sprayings, or do you recommend just a single spraying?
We tend to recommend 2 sprays, and 4 weeks apart, like you have suggested. But again, more toward the end of the May, 1st of June, instead of the end of June, the end of July. So the first spray you put on probably was the best time for the second spray, if that makes sense.
And it was a little cooler, but it still wasn't that much different.
Right.
So
Which is
every
not
year-
necessarily a bad thing because some of those things can be a little
can be a
toxic or whatever
range.
when it's hot.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you. That was a good follow-up from the other question about bagworms. That was very good.
Definitely.
You folks are getting together. That's really nice. Well, let's do a few emails, and we'll come back to the phone lines here in a moment. But Randy, do you have an email you want to
Yeah.
work with?
This was sent in a while back. It's about a rose bush. Is it safe to trim all the dead branches of my rose bush now, or should I wait until the new growth comes up? I do see some new green branches at the base. Basically, you can trim them anytime because there's no reason to leave them in there. If it's brown or black and it's dead, prune it out. So.
Much more difficult to do after they've started growing to
Yeah.
prune
Yeah.
the dead out. So get in there and do it, huh?
Yep.
Absolutely.
And
Where-
some of them, you pruned them out, and you thought they were dead, and then the new growth came on. It was interesting this year.
Yeah, it was an interesting
And
run.
where-
Well,
good
usually you
leather
can tell the
gloves.
truly dead ones are a blacker
Yes, you
color.
can.
Yeah, so.
And his point about good gloves is
Good leather gloves.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
wow.
Maybe gauntlets.
Yes,
Yeah, that's true.
absolutely.
Okay, thank you, Randy, and now Marianne.
My email question is about reusing old tires as planters. I would like to start a project using old tires and turning them into planters for my yard in Chicago. Are there any restrictions about it? It's actually, this is such a popular thing right now, reusing and recycling and using old tires as planters or swing seats, many things you can use them for. I just found a bird feeder that was used for the very same thing, just very cute. It's a little tough to cut probably, but the big thing is, and it's the same thing with any container you're using, it's probably better to have drainage. So if you leave it as an entire tire, you may want to make sure that you have drainage on the bottom, on the sides and the bottom. And that's the issue with keeping old tires, is the water, retaining the water and the mosquito growth, and just maintaining larvae that you don't want to have. So perfectly usable and not illegal. Just make sure that for the sake of the plant and maybe your own peace of mind, make sure you've got adequate drainage and get out the paint, use spray paints, use stencils. Just they're really fun things, and a good piece of cutting utensils to cut them up the way in the shapes that you want them. It's lots of fun. It's a good reuse.
Very good. Better than just having them, and you find them, and you're actually helping.
That's
so.
exactly right.
Okay, thank you. And now, David.
Well, we had a person who recently wrote in and asked, is there a plant solution for growing underneath a sugar maple where they're probably getting no sun at all? They've been trying to get all of these flowers to grow underneath the sugar maple, and they have dense shade. And sugar maples have one of the densest shades possible. And again, without getting light, and depending on where the root system is, if the root system is closer to the surface, it's going to also make it very difficult. I would tend to say you definitely don't want to add soil underneath the trees because you don't want to bring that up, and then the roots are going to go into that soil no matter what. Bark's always a good option. Nature mulches with bark and dead leaves and twigs and everything else. If you can work the soil, it's not too tight, you don't feel a lot of roots close to the surface, you can try some of the plants that Marianne talked about, like the hosta. It's a good choice. There are some ferns, some astilbes. It may come down to the point that if the tree still has too much dense shade, you may want to get a professional out there and start thinning some of the branches to let a little bit more light in. It's probably not the best thing for the tree, and if it's on the south side of your house and shading your house, your electric bill may go up, but reducing the denseness of that tree and allowing more light in will also help plants to grow a little bit.
Absolutely.
Sometimes it's not necessarily the shade as it is the
The roots.
dry.
Yeah.
Dryness,
Lots of
Yep.
moisture
absolutely.
competition.
That's right.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, let's go to the phone lines. We've got lots of questions today, and we're going to go to Lori's question about tree peonies on line 6. Hi, Lori.
Hi, good evening. I have a tree peony that's approximately 15 years old, and a couple years ago, in the spring, it did not come back. The woody part on it was hollow, and I went ahead and cut it off to the ground. But then the following spring, I had looked like the peony came back up. And then this spring, it's even larger. So is this my tree, or is it just reverted to like a regular peony?
We're looking at Mary Ann.
I love tree peonies, and I collect them myself. It's interesting because I'm having a tree peony do almost exactly what you're describing, and I'm guessing, because I've dug up part of the plant, that it's probably a fungal infection in the root system. And if the entire tree part, the woody part above the ground, died back, you probably have lost the tree peony. And I don't know if you can see, this is a herbaceous peony, the common Memorial Day flower, very distinctively different than the tree peony foliage. So probably you've got the herbaceous peony root, because tree peonies are almost always grafted onto herbaceous peony roots. So that's probably what came back for you, was the peony. And if it's sunny enough, you'll probably get flowers off of it soon.
So just a different one.
Yeah, just a different kind, that's all.
Is there any specific color that the tree peony roots are grafted onto? I mean, are they single, anemones, the doubles, anything on hand?
No, it's, yeah, just about. Well, actually, no, every grafter has their own secret.
Okay.
They believe that a particular variety or another species of the herbaceous type does better, maybe takes a better graft or whatever. But every company that I know of that grafts tree peonies has their own secret variety. So it's kind of interesting. I know, we don't tell.
Okay. All right. Very good. Thank you for that question. Next, let's go and see what Barb has for us. Line 1, and it's about cucumbers. Hi there,
Yes,
Barb.
Can I save seeds for my cucumbers and plant them next year?
I guess the answer is yes, you can, but you won't end up with the same type of cucumber in most cases. Most of our vegetables are hybrids, and so with the cucumbers, you have the mom and the dad. They produce the seed produces the cucumbers that you are eating, but those cucumbers are pollinated, and even if they're self-pollinated and they pollinate with another cucumber the same type, you're probably going to end up with something different. Now, it may be better, it may be the exact same, it could be a lot worse, but if you like these cucumbers that you're enjoying right now, I would tell you your best bet is not to save the seed. The other thing is that if you want to save the seed, you got to let that cucumber just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger in the garden, and then dying down in the garden so it looks like this yellow, green, wrinkled, shriveled thing that you'd say, ick. Then the seeds are probably ripe in that cucumber and you can use them for next year.
Which often happens as a mistake at the end of the year,
Yeah.
or
that-
underneath the leaves.
All of those leaves, that next time you know it's that baseball
But then
bat.
she could try.
She
Oh,
could
for
try.
sure.
It doesn't hurt to try.
It
but
is
if-
fun to try. Yeah.
Yeah, but not in the middle of the season when things are growing well. 'Cause
Right.
You want to be picking those.
Right.
Well, I think that'll be a fun experiment. Report back.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, let's go from cucumbers to tomatoes, and let's go to line 2. And David has a question about tomatoes. Hi there.
Hi. My question is, it's for now about the maybe second or third year in a row we're experiencing tomato blight, where the bottom portion of the tomato plants is dying off, and it cuts our yield and everything. And we just sprayed with something called Daconil, and from a recommendation from a friend, and I'm wondering if that's the best way to go about treating them, and how we might prevent this from happening next year, if possible.
Okay. I'm looking at you, David.
Well,
you want to answer it?
Sure. I mean, it is a disease. It could be early blight. It could be septorial leaf spot. Tomatoes next to roses and turf grass are the most disease-susceptible plants we grow. The disease has probably infected the plants probably very early in the spring. We had this cool, wet weather that Mary Ann was talking about, how it's good for some things and bad for other things. That's great for diseases on plants, but bad really for the plants themselves. In most cases, the early blight and the septorial blight don't kill the plant, but like you said, it works from the ground up, destroying those leaves. The plants are new, and it does cut out on the yield. Mulching heavily when you plant them. As soon as you put them in the ground, mulch them. Get new mulch every year. At the end of the season, pull those plants out, the foliage, everything. Put it on your compost pile if it's a hot compost pile, but if it's a cool compost pile, meaning you don't generate the heat, put them in the garbage can or get rid of them some other way. It's that whole thing called sanitation, making sure that it's great.
Yes.
That getting rid of all those potential spores. Rotating the location every year. Don't put the tomatoes in the same spot, and try to get some of the newer varieties or cultivars which may be a little bit more disease resistant. Daconel's okay. Don't keep using it over and over and over because the disease will mutate. So if you can find another garden fungicide out there, you might want to switch those back and forth. But you need to start spraying those plants probably a week or two after you put them in the ground. And then again, once you see those leaves start turning yellow, pull them off the plant because they'll keep reinfecting the leaves above.
Okay, so cleanliness, get them pulled out and keep doing that. I really like the mulching.
And, and rotate the
And
crop.
rotating,
Those are all
absolutely.
really important
Absolutely.
things.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
you got to check that out. So those were all good questions and so timely to what's going
Yes.
on now. We have great viewers. I want to thank I want to thank you viewers for all that you do. Well, the half hour goes fast.
Always.
And I can't thank you three enough for being here. We had a nice blend of all of our expertise, and I just hope that you will check out our website because you can ask questions on that. Well, we hope that you have a great week gardening. We will see you next time. So see you then. Bye-bye.